Are you on the verge of buying the brand new TentBox Go? Well, I recommend watching this video till the end to see an honest buyer's review. Hi there, I'm Lewis. I'm a TentBox fanatic and hardcore petrol head, and I decided to pull the trigger on the brand new TentBox Go. There is very little information on this brand new TentBox, so I thought I'd share my thoughts and views after owning it for just a few weeks and using it a handful of times. Stick around to the end to see every inch of this brand new TentBox. Let's start right from the beginning where you receive your TentBox ready to build. As you may be aware, the brand new TentBox Go comes in a flat pack style box ready to be assembled. TentBox states it's going to take you an hour to build this amazing box, with a further 30 minutes to put it on top of your car. From experience, I found that it took me 2 hours single-handedly, and that was on the driveway, in the sunshine, gasping for air. After I had it assembled, I had my brother help me lift it on top of the car, and that took another 30 minutes to bolt it down. The instructions were super easy to follow, anyone can do it. The parts were super high quality, well protected when they came in the packaging, and they go together perfectly, just as the instructions state. One thing I did find when building the chassis of this box is the rubber bushes were a little dry and stiff, making it quite difficult to mate the bottom of the chassis together. I did find after 30 minutes of faffing that a little bit of WD-40 solved that issue instantly, and the whole thing went together like a piece of cake. Let me show you how you mount the box. So under the tent, you are met with these brackets. There are 4 of these brackets with 8 of these securing nuts, and I would recommend if you're buying a tent box, you buy the added security nuts as well. I would recommend buying these locking nuts before putting the tent box on your roof, otherwise you'll do what I did and make your own to help you sleep at night. When you are in the cabin of your car and you are driving down the road, one of the big questions is, how loud is this going to be? Now, I brought my trusty decibel reader along and I got some footage of me driving at 60 miles an hour, and I can say it's quite a relaxing, calming, howling noise. Imagine you're walking through the forest and there's a light breeze. That's kind of how it sounds on the roof of your car. But of course that would depend on how big your roof bars are and how far away the tent is from the roof of your car. My Yeti has quite a big gap, so it's making probably a louder noise than the average car would. This TentBox opens slightly differently to the rest of the TentBoxes on the market. It doesn't have any gas struts. In fact, you open it yourself and use 2 bars to position the tent in position. Now, I must admit, it does take a few attempts and a bit of a finesse to get it up, but once you've done it a few times, it's easy as cake. Once you've climbed up the ladder, reach inside and grab your tent poles. Quite handily, the tent can stay sturdy with 1 pole, which will allow you to show me this pole. Is simply a long pole with 2 ends, 1 bigger end, 1 smaller end, and you position it on the edge of the canvas bed, tilt it over till you meet the top bar, and then pull it along till it's in position and secure. It is as easy as that. As soon as you've stored your 2 bars on the end of the tent and you've opened up your tent box, you can hop straight into your sleeping bag, which you can store inside the box because there's enough space between the roof and the base so you can store your things inside. So you've bought your tent box, you set it up at camp. What do you want to put inside? Now, if you're like me, you live in the UK and it gets a little bit nippy during the night. Here's what I'd recommend. This was my most recent setup. We had a picnic blanket beneath just to cover the canvas bed, followed by air mattresses, a sleeping bag, and then just for that extra cozy point, we put a duvet on top, and that did us well during the night. The TentBox Go does come with a thermal liner. As you can see here, this fabric is the liner, that's the top of the tent, and this simply just stops the condensation dripping down onto your body or onto your face. So if you are sleeping during the winter, make sure you have a nice thick layer between you and the canvas to make sure you're nice and warm. One thing TentBox doesn't offer, but I would definitely invest in buying, is these. These are just a small set of plastic ramps that go under the car tires, and I used it for my low modified cars. But since I don't have any of those anymore, these come in perfect for leveling out my tent box. So you've just woken up in your tent box and you're wondering, what next? What do I do? Well, once you've kind of unpacked and had breakfast, there are a few things you need to do when putting away your tent box. On the colder nights, these sides and bars will be covered in condensation. So what I did is I opened up all of the doors like this and just let the air run through it. With the morning sun hitting these bars and the tent, it evaporated really quickly, which allowed me to put the tent down in about 10-15 minutes. Once you finish storing all of your things at the other end of the tent, it is a simple case of reversing the erection process and putting the cover back on the tent box. So, some final thoughts. I'd been waiting 3 years to buy a TentBox, but price was one of the main things that was putting me off. And as soon as they released this new TentBox Go model for just £995, I thought, this is perfect. I've always been a fan of living simply, and if you are a fan of living a minimalistic lifestyle and you want to take the least with you to go and explore the world, then this is the perfect model for you. If you are looking to buy one of these tent boxes and you are waiting for a reason to do it, let me be the person to say, do it. I've not looked back, I've had a great time with it, and I'm using it almost every day. I'd recommend buying this box. I'd recommend it to a friend who loves camping and cars, and you want to just keep everything neat and tidy on your camping trip. This video is not sponsored by TentBox, however, I would recommend going with them. They are one of the best brands out there for roof tents. They've got 5-year warranty. Everything is just super high quality and amazing. Everything from the customer support all the way down to the TentBox dealers. I personally collected this because no one was in my house to accept delivery. But everything was amazing and I could not fault them. And I look forward to spending the next few years using my TentBox in peace and with peace of mind. So there you have it. There is my TentBox Go honest buyer's review. If you are looking to see more content on the TentBox Go, be sure to subscribe to the channel because we have got some exciting content coming up where I'll be using this tent box and just doing awesome stuff with it, you know, as you should do with a tent box. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.